All right. So we got a number of reports slash topics to discuss in this one right here. On today's roster, we got Flying Eagles of Nigeria and the WAFU Zone B under 20 men's competition that kickstarts this month. Then we're going to be talking about a Super Eagles player that made the move to England not too long ago. And sticking with the Super Eagles, last but not least, we're going to talk about Victor Osimhen, a little update on the injury he picked up over the weekend. And he also made a comment about the price tag being asked for by his club, his parent club, Napoli. And we're going to be talking about that also. But before we get into all that though, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're going to start with the WAFU B competition, and it will be played in Togo this month on Thursday, October the 17th. And of course, the winner or the first three teams in the competition will qualify for the under 20 AFCON. It might be the final two teams in the competition, but I guess we'll know later on. And yeah, there's 7 teams competing in the tournament, so it's always going to be 4 teams in one group and 3 teams in the other. We just happen to be in the 3-team group this time around. We're in Group B, and we're alongside Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast. And you look at the other group, the teams there, of course, Togo, the host of the competition. You got Niger Republic, Ghana, and Benin Republic making the 4 teams. But I feel like this is the toughest group in the competition, at least on paper right here. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast. These are 2 powerhouses in the WAFU B conference, so getting grouped with teams like this is definitely going to be a tough one for the Flying Eagles. So Nigeria will go into the competition as defending champions, having won the last edition. That was in 2022. Niger Republic, they lifted the trophy, went on to the AFCON, the under 20 AFCON, and also went on to the World Cup, got knocked out in the quarterfinals if I'm not mistaken. The team also participated in the African Games not too long ago, but they were knocked out in the group stage of that competition. Head coach Ledan Bosu, that was the end of the road for him. Now the team is coached by Aliyu Zubairu, a coach who has not been around for that long, but he's been around. He has coached a couple of teams in the NPFL, Wiki Tourist, Gombe United. Recently coached El Kanemi Warriors, took them to the finals of the Presidential Cup, the FA Cup, and won it against Abia Warriors. And of course, when they went to the continent, they didn't do so good. They went out in the first round, but you expect that from a team that just came from the 2nd division. Now, when it comes to the players on the team, I believe they're in camp right now. I've seen a couple of articles talking about players being called up. I've not seen a full list of who's in camp, but I think they're in camp, and the list, the squad for the tournament should be coming out probably within this week or going into the next week. But of course, stay in tune with the channel, and when there's information, I'll try to get it to you guys as soon as possible. So moving on, and we're going to talk about the Super Eagles player who made the move to a club in England. That player is central defender Benjamin Taminu, and he made the move from Singida SC in the Tanzanian top flight to Crawley Town FC in League One in England. Of course, League One, the 3rd division of English football. And you look at the table real quick, you have to go all the way down to 20th position to see Crawley Town. And as you see right here, they have only won 2 games this season, drawn 1, lost 4 out of 7 matches. They have scored 5 goals, conceded 10. So definitely not a pretty situation Benjamin Taminu is going into. Now, the first thing that jumped out to me was the transfer fee. It looks like 770,000 euros paid by Crawley Town to Singida SC. And you think about it, FanDuel Insurance, I mean, they only let the guy go for a season, and his price tag went up like that. You wonder if they had kept a hold to him and he had played all those matches for the national team, if they would have been able to sell him for an amount like this. That's just a thought with the first one. And second of all, of course, a Super Eagles player going to League One. doesn't really look good. And you kind of question the move, and I don't think you would be wrong for bringing up questions when you see a move like this. A guy that plays for the Super Eagles going to the third division, and I feel like going to England is always kind of like a gamble, because a lot of players think you go to a league like this, you help your team gain promotion, they go to the championship, you help them gain promotion again, and they go to the EPL, and you live happily ever after. But it's not how it works a lot of times. You can go back to a situation like Ogenekaro Etebo, which I feel till today probably the worst move ever made, when he goes to Stoke City before playing at the World Cup and showing himself. He goes to Stoke City, signs the deal, and he was stuck there. He had to go out on loan because their mentality didn't match with his. He was trying to do big things, and they were stuck. Like till today, they're stuck in the championship. So you can really be stuck in League One or championship. You know, it's not just so easy to make that jump up to the next level. And it's not just that. It's also, can you match up at this level? Can you play at this level? Will you get game time at this level? Will you make an impact for your team at this very level, League One? You look at a situation like another Super Eagles player, Kelechi Nwakali, made the move from Portugal to England at the beginning of this season or during the off season, moves to Barnsley FC, and I don't think he has played a minute yet since he got there. Last time I checked, the coach was talking about him not being able to cope with the pace of the game in League One England. So it kind of can mess up your whole what you got going on, because if it all ended right now, the clubs outside of League One, the clubs in League One, they're going to be like, you flopped at Barnsley, which it might be, it might not be, it might be because of system, it might be the coach, it might be this, it might be that, but nobody wants to hear it. All they're going to say is you flopped there. So it's a big risk going to a club like this, going to a league like this, and it is what it is. Well, when it comes to the Super Eagles, not too sure he's going to be getting call-ups anymore, at least while he's in League One. It might just happen. It might just work out for him that the coach still likes him and still wants him in the team. But if I was to bet my money on it, I would say that he's not going to be getting call-ups while in League One. That's just my guess right there. But moving on, and we're going to be talking about Victor Osimhen. Of course, Victor Osimhen had that injury this past weekend. Scored his first 2 goals for Galatasaray in the Turkish First Division, the Turkish Super League. Scored twice against Kasımpaşa. Kenan Omeru came off the bench. We talked about it in the video after the match. But he did go down late in the first half. Came back in the game actually after going down, but was subbed off at the beginning of the second half. And for a while, there's not been anything said by Galatasaray until yesterday. So they put out this statement right here, which basically explains the situation, felt the pain, went down. They say it's a muscle situation, a strain and bleeding in the muscle. What was it that was said? The upper left posterior muscle group is what they're saying is affected, and they've not given any dates as to when he's gonna come back, but we do know that he underwent checkups today, not today, but yesterday, Tuesday, the 1st of October, underwent checkups. And of course, this could also have an implication when it comes to the Super Eagles. We have those 2 AFCON qualification matches against Libya coming up this month. And Galatasaray have only 2 matches before their international break takes place. They'll be playing in the Europa League tomorrow. Then their final match before the break will be against Allianspor. That'll be played on Sunday, the 6th of October. So I think, like, best case scenario, Victor Osimhen comes back on Sunday and he'll be able to come and play for the Super Eagles during the break. Or worst case scenario, they shut him down on Thursday and Sunday and shut him down for the AFCON qualifiers, which will mean he'll be basically 100% by the time the international break is over. So if that happens, it definitely won't be a popular decision among Super Eagles fans. Of course, we had the situation last time around that even went into involving the head coach of the team at the time, Finidi George. We're not trying to get in that situation again. So hopefully everybody understands what's going on, because we definitely don't need to go through that type of situation again, because nobody won at the end of the day. Everybody looked bad, and we just need to avoid that type of nonsense. Now, that being said, still on Victor Osimhen, a couple of other reports have come out about Victor Osimhen. First, you got the Chelsea report stating that they're trying to put up £40 million for Victor Osimhen during the January window. And a lot of people have scoffed at that report. A lot of people have called it ludicrous and things like that. But then you got Victor Osimhen making waves of his own. He was asked in an interview about his valuation, and what I don't like about the reports people are putting out, they don't put the question, because it just has what he said, but they're not saying what the question was. But the response he gave, like I said, made some waves. I guess he was asked about, how much he's worth. Was he worth the amount of money that's been thrown around? And I love what he said. He said, I am worth £100 million or euros, whatever. I'm not too cool with these signs, but 100 million, he says he's worth it. He said there are few players like me in the world who have achieved the same results and success as me. And they said this was according to Tuto Sports, so a publication like that. And he says everything is linked to my characteristics, the things I do on the pitch, and my quality. I think I deserve a high valuation. I am aware of the contributions I can give to a team. Do people think differently? Some people say 15 million, others say 100, 120, 150. Everyone has different opinions. And that was Victor Osimhen speaking about that. And I loved it from Victor Osimhen. Hey, nobody's going to blow your trumpet like you're going to blow your trumpet. And like I said, I wish the question that was asked was put in the reports also, because it's just making it seem like he's just bragging. But I'm pretty sure they asked him a question and he answered it confidently. Do I think he's worth £100 million? I honestly do. I can swear I do. I really, really do. I believe he's worth any crazy amount of money you want to throw out there in football. Victor Osimhen is worth that amount. But I gotta drop this butt in there. Victor Osimhen, yes, he's worth £100 million, but I feel like for him to go to the club that he would want to, the club that all of us would like to see him at, a big club, I think it has to be a little less money. Not saying he is not worth it, not saying that this is a player that is not worth the hype, the talk. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, to make a move, to go from one club to another, money must be spent. This is not imaginary money. This is real money. And as we know, football, yes, there's money in football, but teams have been, stingy man association. Teams have been real stingy lately. A lot of people have put it down to the fact that there was a lot of heavy spending once the TV money first came to these leagues. And now they got to really scale back to avoid getting in big trouble. So that's why we saw this international break that just went down. Not too many teams were spending money like we were used to seeing. Yes, you saw a 50 million transfer a year, but you didn't see a lot of 50, just like one here, one there. But you didn't see that much money being thrown around in this international break. But that being said, Victor Osimhen, talk your talk. Stand on what you say. He said what he said, and I definitely believe in what he said. But let me know your thoughts on these topics in the comment section. Of course, the WAFU B under 20 men's competition that will kickstart this month in Togo. You also got a Super Eagles player moving to England, Benjamin Taminu. Then Victor Osimhen, injury update. And my guy says he's worth £100 million, y'all. That's big talk from Victor Osimhen. Of course, he backs it up, so you can say what you say when you back your talk up. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts on all that in the comment section. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.